Hello and welcome to this introductory video series on how to use NVivo12. This is video 1 of a 3-part series. Within this series, we're going to talk about what is NVivo, where to download NVivo, talk about the NVivo12 environment, learn how to import text data into NVivo, how to use data in the form of text, images, video, audio, and PDFs, go over how to analyze data using nodes, and basic query functions. Specifically in video 1, we're going to go over the overview of the scenario project we'll be using, talk a little bit about what NVivo12 is. We're going to walk through each of the steps to download and install NVivo12. We're going to open up the example project in NVivo and provide a quick overview of the different functions. So the first step is to go to https://tinyurl.com/nvivo-atau-2021. This is the process of being able to get a license of NVivo12 for your personal computer. Now with our license, NVivo12 can be installed on any personal computer for any AU, faculty, staff, or students. So when you go to that tinyurl, it's going to redirect you to a Qualtrics survey we have. You must use your valid AU email address. Otherwise, we cannot provide a license. We specifically have NVivo Plus for both NVivo12 and NVivo11. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and provide all the required information. And then you're going to go ahead and select which version of NVivo you'd like to use, if you need a license or not. If you need a new license, that's going to go ahead and ask you which version, if you just need a license. If you need to install NVivo, it'll be NVivo12. And if you want to upgrade, it'll be the same information. So if you go ahead and complete this survey, in the next couple of minutes, you'll be receiving an email. This is what the email will look like. So it has all the information in there, has the license, and then information on how to install NVivo. Now, to install NVivo, you also have to create a free NVivo account using your AU email. You can have it as a different password though. And then we need to install a specific version of NVivo. So if we go ahead and if you click here, this is going to provide a link to the specific documentation. So we've already completed this first step. We're going to now create an NVivo account. For me, I've already created one, so I'm going to go ahead and log into the system. It's going to be a really simple process. Then I'll walk you through how to download it. So first we're going to go to the NVivo homepage. And then you want to click on this upper part that says sign in. Now if you don't have an account, click up on sign up. And then you type in your email address, a new password, and provide all the information. It will ask you to verify an email. Once you receive that, then you can log into the system. So I'm going to go ahead and log in right now. Okay, so once you've logged in, you'll see these processed by these features. Collaborate and transcript features are not covered within our license of NVivo. Those are separate. And you do not have to buy the NVivo here. What you want to do is scroll all the way to the top and click on where it says download NVivo. Now, we do not want to click on these two. These are the newer version of NVivo, which we do not have currently. What you want to do is you want to download either 12 or an older version. So go down to the header where it says download older versions of NVivo. And you can download, on the left-hand side it's for Windows, on the right-hand side it's for Mac. Mac has limited capabilities compared to the Windows versions though, so I do want to mention that. If you're using a Mac, you probably want to use NVivo12 for Mac and you could download the file. If you're using for Windows, I'm going to go ahead and download this, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Run. While that's downloading, let me talk a little bit about the project itself that we'll be using today. So this tutorial uses a publicly available data provided for by Nvivo. The file that will be used is called Environmental Change Down East and consists of materials from a study on the perceptions of development and land use change on coastal communities in the Down East area of Carteret County, North Carolina, USA. This data includes examples of different types of source materials that you can bring into NVivo, such as documents, datasets, audio, video, and picture sources, and examples of different types of coding analysis that can be done within NVivo. This is a fully developed NVivo project. The original study was conducted by Duke University, and all the data is real except for the social media data that was added later to demonstrate the new NVivo features. We'll explore the data in several ways to determine what residents think about the changes happening in their communities. This will include identifying different terms commonly used in the interviews and examining attitudes of residents based on how many generations of families have lived in the area. Now that we have downloaded NVivo, I'm going to go ahead and finish the installation. And I'm going to go ahead and read through the instructor into the terms and licenses agreement. Go ahead and accept them, click on next. We're going to go ahead and have it create a program files and a desktop shortcut. This will be a similar process on the Mac. Now I do recommend downloading in Capture. That allows you to actually scrape websites and capture PDFs and other information. So it's actually quite a handy application. I'm going to go ahead and install. And while that's installing, I'm going to go ahead and close out of that because we are now done with the portal. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and launch Nvivo12. Again, this is going to be the same exact process as if you're doing a Mac. Now you're going to go ahead and copy and paste the Nvivo12 you received in the email. And once you've done that, click on Next. Okay, let me go ahead and drag over this. This is what Nvivo12 looks like. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on Sample Project. And this sample project is the environmental change down east. We'll go ahead and click on I agree. Great. So this is the sample project. If you click on, this is also the file and then the tab, you can open up the different recent projects here. So a little bit about the environment. So we have different drawers which are on the left navigational panel. So think of drawers as essentially they contain the main functionality in Nvivo. So there is the import, so we have the data here, which has all the different bins essentially of our data sets. We have our interviews, we have the corresponding literature, we have news articles, we have social media, we have a survey with survey information, and information about the area and townships. We also have some classifications. We have all of our different coding nodes here too. So we have attitude, which is also has 4 different subchild nodes. We have a parent node, and then child nodes underneath those. So within this data, this has all the data for your project. This is also composed of internal and external documents. If you wish to locate a memo, these will be under the notes aspect here too. So you can also create new notes as well, or new memos. And you can use this memo essentially as your research journal to be able to reflect back on your coding, which can be really handy. The codes, this refers to your coding categories. To analyze your data, you must first mark part or all of the different pieces of the nodes for the codes. So if we go here, when we do some different queries, we'll have to select which ones to then kind of pull from. You want to take care in defining your nodes to be sure that you're analyzing the data properly. Don't use the same one multiple times, the same name. There's also information on the top panel here too. So NVivo has multiple ways of doing almost anything. In particular, you'll want to examine the home option. So you can go ahead, if you want to do a link to a new memo, we can go ahead and call this a researcher journal. Click on OK. And we can type in today's date, and then the time, and then start making some notes. And so forth. So if I close that, go to memos, there's our researcher log here. So we also have the import, so we can import different types of information here. So if you're using Capture, that's another option too. For create, we can create a couple of different things, like we can create a memo, create nodes, there's classifications here too, and some different options. There's also explore. This is where we'll run some different things like a text search, frequencies, and some coding matrices here too. Now we're going to stop the video here and we're going to pick up with actually exploring with the data. I'll see you in the next video.